called from Ealing. Hello, Farnham.
Hi, good afternoon to you, Sheila.
And to you, what's on your mind in relation to were you born in Iran? I think you were, weren't you? British Iranian. You're British Iranian.
I was born here, brought up for 19 years under this brutal regime. And the first chance I had, I came back to UK as an expatriate, basically.
Right, yeah.
And what happened is for the last 35 years, I've been here. And we've been, basically, we had 6 uprisings which would topple any regime, but they had quite a good help from outside. So, because they're killing people and nobody cares. And to be honest with you, since 1979 till now, we had 6 million people killed in Iran, which you don't have the figure because each time you see 3,175 people died. But that number is a make-up number. If you go back for the Women Life Freedom movement, it's the same number. But yesterday, we were celebrating the remembrance of the Holocaust, 81 years. When they're going to go after these people who are killing Iranian, and they would say, okay, that's the Iranian Holocaust, because they do genocide in Iran. And if you're not in Iran and you don't have a relation, you wouldn't know what's going on in Iran, basically. And this is what you see, they killing on the streets. You don't see how many they kill in the jails. Every day.
Similar picture in Syria.
People.
Remember when Assad fell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in Syria, did you see that Soleimani, how much they killed in Syria?
Mm.
And this is the thing we have in Middle East, not only alone in Gaza, for example. We are against all these killings, it's not only, killing our own people, but look at the Middle East. It's just, every single country which Iran had a connection with, Islamic Republic had a connection with, in Lebanon as well. Since they came to power in 1980s, in Lebanon they were so much killing, But it is very important because what did you do at the end? You had to attack the Nazi regime in Germany, and nothing went wrong with Germany, and they are a very prosperous country. But when it comes to Middle East, and they say, America is going to attack Iran. No, it should be all the West, basically all the American allies come to Iranians' help to get rid of this brutal regime.
And help how, specifically?
Well, how can you, have the IRGC, prescribe IRGC, which is too little, too late. Yesterday it happened in European Union, but they have the bases that everybody knows where are the bases. Like we had the 12-day war which Israel at the end decided to attack them, and that's the way they should get rid of them, basically, because these people are, they are not normal people, basically.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Farnham and Ealing. In John's Wood, carrying our conversation about Iran. What do you expect to happen, Saeed, and what do you want to happen?
Well, hi, and hope everyone's okay. I'd like to raise my point on this. I'd like to say that I think intervention of US or others could be a bit problematic for its own, for US itself, because Iran is not it's not Venezuela, it's not any other country. It's a very powerful country in terms of when it comes to military action. That's my opinion. I think going forward to interfere into the country's national security, I think US doesn't have the right. That's my opinion. And secondly, there's a lot of voice across the world, which is, we all know that it's been supported by the Israeli lobbyists, and there's few Iranians outside Iran trying to be more friendly with Israel and trying to bring their nation down. But we must witness that the nation in Iran itself, they are with the regime, whether you call it regime or whether you call it government, whatever. But the Iranian nations currently are with the current regime, and I think we are just getting this fake propaganda of Israel with the few supporters across. I don't know whether it's motivated by money or whatever. This is the truth, and I think US is making himself a very bad mistake getting involved into this war on behalf of Israel, and it's going to be a catastrophic for US. I can tell you that. It will be a massive catastrophic for US. It will lose its power position, and it won't be an easy war. Like it's not Venezuela, like I mentioned, or any other country. This is Iran, and it's a powerful country in the Middle East, even more stronger than Israel. That's the fact, and I think we should not get involved just for the sake of Donald Trump's personal gains of getting their oil. As you mentioned clearly, Venezuela was about his oil, So it's the same thing. Again, it's another oil pocket money for them, and it's not going to be easy. I guess. Look, I'm a big fan of LBC. I guess the true voice should be out. There's a few Zionism teams coming out and giving their fake opinion about the nation of Iran. I've got family in Iran and I'm constantly speaking with them.
Well, a different opinion isn't necessarily a fake opinion, is it, Saeed? Is there such a thing as a fake opinion? People like yourself included have the right to speak and put their opinion forward, and others do as well. Thank you very much, Saeed. And hello there, Amir.
Hello, Sheila. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
It's my pleasure.
Well, I'm a little bit, bemused that we still, I appreciate we have to deliberate these things. These are not easy things to do, but we are still deliberating, should we help Iran externally or not? Because what took place in Iran, sitting from here and watching all the news, was a genocide. To me, nothing short of what Phnom Penh did in Cambodia years ago. And killing is still taking place quietly. With the internet, as you appreciate, is short, and not much internet going on or not much news coming out. And but we are still thinking, should we or should we not?
I don't think it's about should we or should we not, or certainly just speaking for myself, it's more about what do we do rather than do we help,
Okay, I can help too with that.
Good.
Iranian people came out into the street just by due to sheer pressure through the economy, freedom, all the things that we both know, and your listener know for what, and a little bit of a help from the Trump saying that get out to the street, we come to help you. Even more people came out, and more people. Fair enough. Can you imagine if the true help, surgical attack that they know where to hit, to weaken those sensitive areas that they know where it is, how many people will come out? Because the people just had it enough of these people. For 47 years of poverty, quiet, clean, lack of freedom.
But I guess the thing that it's difficult to know what's going on because of the internet blackout, isn't it? But
Sure.
The thing that may be keeping people off the streets is what they have seen happen in terms of the murders and the killing on the streets. And I wonder whether you think the best way that the US could help the protesters is to somehow, in a more surgical way, take out the very organisation that's shooting them dead in the streets.
This is what I'm saying. Absolutely. They know where they.
How do we do that, though?
Well, how they did it on in the June, How did they do some of the things? They've got all the sophistication, all the knowledge, all the science that they can do what they want. It is no brainer. I'm sorry to say this, but they know what they have to do if they want to do it. If there is a will
to bring down that regime.
Yes, because the problem is, Sheila, that this is a news today. Tomorrow something happens somewhere else. The camera will swing, goes another part of the world, then another disaster, whatever happens, and then the plight of Iranian, the suffering, it still carries on.
You're right, and I can see how you're right about the way the world's attention swings away from things. You're absolutely right, and let's hope there's some alleviation for the Iranian people to come. Thank you very much, Amir.
Yeah, look, I've been listening to your callers, and I'm just amazed that as long as they say they're Iranian, they can come and say all sorts of hyperbolic nonsense on radio. This guy just said there's a genocide going on. There was a caller earlier who said the regime has killed 6 million people since 1979. Aren't you supposed to challenge some of these assertions, which are completely bonkers? The 6 million, I don't know where that came from, but does that include the casualties from the invasion of Iraq, which was cheered on and armed and supplied by the Americans and the British? I can't understand how these people can encourage a madman like Trump to attack their own country.
What do you want to see happen in Iran?
I want us to remove the sanctions that have strangled the people of Iran for the past decades. And that has resulted in incredible economic misery, which is what a lot of these protesters are talking about.
But wasn't that to try and contain the regime itself in its other activities?
No, it was not. And these were economic sanctions.
I think it was.
Well, actually, a lot of these economic sanctions are to bring about regime change. We've seen that in Venezuela. We've seen that in Cuba. Now, if you choose to not believe what is reality...
Yeah, I don't deny that. I don't doubt that that's part of it at all, no. But it's also about strangling that regime in some of its other activities, isn't it? Particularly in the Middle East, particularly its sort of proxy wars that it's been fostering for years and still is to a degree. It's been weakened for sure, but it still is. Thank you, Hassan.